depend on advertising for its revenue, or do you charge?
What?
Do you have to buy it, or does it depend entirely on advertising?
So, Professor Alan, very nice to have you here.
Mr.
Not Professor, Mr.
Well, I am a professor. I'm what's known as an emeritus professor, and that's a professor who's sort of appointed after their careers are supposed to have ended, but mine hasn't ended, so I just like to call this thing.
А можешь посмотреть много в кадре там?
Да, sure. And my first question, what are you working on now, or what are your future ideas?
Well,
Are you going to win one more Nobel Prize?
I'm not sure about that, and that's not the motivation, but I'm working on a power station system which is going to be built. The first one is being constructed now in the US, south of Houston, and this power station uses natural gas, and all of the CO2 derived from the combustion of the natural gas is produced into a pipeline for disposal underground. In the US, it would be used for enhanced oil recovery. So this is a new concept in which, instead of using steam in a power station, you use high-pressure CO2 circulating, and this is going to be built worldwide.
Do you think you might have any problems with this idea? Because rules of European Union are very strict. They know how to do everything, like how to grow cucumbers, which size they must have, and other things.
Yes, I know what you say. It's a completely non-polluting type of power system. So in fact, the approvals that you need are much easier to obtain than a normal power station, which is emitting to the atmosphere. This particular power station has no chimney. There's nothing venting to the atmosphere. All of the combustion products come out as liquid water or as high-pressure carbon dioxide into a pipeline. So there's nothing to go up to atmosphere. So you can burn fossil fuels, either coal or natural gas, without any pollution of the atmosphere. And what it will mean is that power generation in the future will be possible without atmospheric pollution, and therefore we can use up a large quantity of the fossil fuels which are available to us. Because unless we do things like this, we're going to be in real trouble. Because it's quite clear that renewables are not going to pick up any sort of reduction in fossil fuel use, and there would be fuel poverty or serious additional atmospheric pollution if we go on this way. So this is essential. You have to generate electricity. We can't avoid using fossil fuels, and therefore we have to capture all the CO2. And we can do this with these systems with very low cost and very high efficiency. So there won't be any increase in the cost of electricity. Now I know that sounds like magic, but that's the basis.
You take care of our planet so much.
It's true.
Just luck to you.
So that's what I'm working on. We're scheduled to have the power station, the first small one, in operation at the beginning of 2017, which is not too far, and it's being constructed at the moment. And the first large stations will be properly online by 2020.
For Russia, we first World Cup and European Cup here.
Yes, and it will be easy to have these approved in Europe or in Russia.
And also, I read articles for tourism in my newspaper, and I would like to ask you, what do you think that people travel too much nowadays, that they have planes every day, trains? Does it hurt our global system, energy?
You can't stop people doing what they want to do. They will do what they can do using the money they have and since people are getting more prosperous, they demand travel. And since the cost of travel is going down, then there's going to be more and more people wanting to travel and see the rest of the world.
But what do you think about connecting planes? If we have an opportunity to come directly from Moscow to Europe, we choose to make it through Europe, does it hurt our planet?
Yeah, of course it does. You've got to be able to travel from Moscow direct to New York, direct to Los Angeles, direct to San Francisco.
If you have a choice, it will help to save some energy.
Oh yeah, you don't want to have to land and then take off again. That's very, very polluting. Much more efficient just to keep going.
And the last question, and the most important, what do you think the main problem in Russia about energy? What can we make better?
Well, Russia is probably I'm not sure whether it's completely the primary producer of hydrocarbon energy, but it's very close to Saudi Arabia and to America. But I think it's above America. I think we produce about 11 million barrels a day oil equivalent, and America produces about 7 or 8. On the other hand, they produce a lot of natural. You're probably about equal. You in Saudi Arabia and America are all in the same league. So Russia is a major oil energy producer. And what you have to do is, as Mr. Morov said, you've got to develop your technology to the point where you can manufacture the equipment used in your own power industries. Because you import quite a bit at the moment, and there's no reason why you shouldn't manufacture your own, develop better equipment and export it to the rest of the world. The present political situations are temporary.
You think it's temporary?
Oh, 2 or 3 years from now, it'll all be in the past. And then,
now we're having this political situation for 15 years.
The sanctions are important, but the drop in oil prices is more important to the Russian economy. So I don't think that oil prices are going to come right back up to over $100 a barrel for a long time, because there is a lot of oil in the world that can be exploited, and it will come onto the market and keep the price relatively low.
We hope so.
And I think sanctions are things which will gradually tail away. People are not going to keep on with these problems forever. So I shouldn't worry too much about it. Just keep going. And as Mr. Morov said, it takes several years to develop manufacturing capability. So you've just got to make sure that you direct your economy into technical and manufacturing areas and don't rely too much on primary production and export of energy, because that's the easy way to make money. And you can see what happens when the price goes down. Suddenly you've got problems of a large nature. It's best to have exports that you can fall back on, and also things like tourism that you can develop.
Thank you for your advice.
Okay.
It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah, great.
Best luck to you. Thank you.
Better go and find